Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
Welcome to the Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Today, our guest is Daniel. Daniel, how are you doing today?
Very good. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Thank you. So let us know where you live and what you do.
I currently live in New Jersey. And what do? I have a few businesses and run those concurrently while I started a software company and also a personal brand that helps folks run their business.
Awesome. So what is your main business between these two businesses?
Yeah, I started an education company about 20 years ago. It's called Real Brave. Basically, it's a music instruction company, and we teach kids to adults how to play music.
Awesome. That's great. So what was the main inspiration behind starting this company and what was the main reason? So why you are doing this?
Well, I mean, any entrepreneur has a deep-seated creative need. So for me, it was the creativity of building something that was bigger than me. So my why is all about creativity and being able to figure out and solve problems.
Awesome. So you are doing two completely different businesses. On the other hand, you are associated with the software industry as well. So what is the relation between these two things?
Yeah, the long story short is during the pandemic, I had a decision to make to either close the business or do something new. So I decided to keep the business open, but start a software company inside of it. So we built our own Zoom, basically. And so we could do lessons online. And we also built our own CRM and scheduling software so that we could, market ourselves a little bit differently. Ultimately, people don't buy software, they buy the result. So if you're out there trying to create software, it's not about the software, it's about what it brings to the client. So we learned over 5 years, very difficult lessons on how to bring software to the market. We still use it for just internally right now, just between our locations. But with the new version that's coming out where we incorporate AI, it's amazing what it's able to do.
That's good. So, whilst you were starting the software development business in the pandemic, at that time, what the challenges that you faced, and you took this decision that I should start a software development company?
What were the challenges that we faced in developing it, or challenges in actually coming up with a product?
Obviously, pandemic was itself a challenge for sure. But
Yeah.
on the other hand, like other than pandemic, what were the elements that encouraged you to start this software development?
Oh, well, it's more of the additional one was a differentiator. I mean, if you remove businesses from being able to operate in person, I wanted to be able to have a differentiator. So we were doing a majority of our lessons via Zoom. I decided to remove that and do it in a branded video atmosphere. And then we just developed features and skill, basically like the ability to assign assignments in there and be able to track progress. And then it just kept cascading to the user experience, to figuring out what it is that would make them use it more. Kind of like the lean startup effect where you just ask them what they need and then we just try to develop it. I mean, the biggest challenge is you have an idea and then bringing it to a developer that's in-house and getting that person to deliver what it is that people want. That is the biggest challenge. I mean, over and over again, there's a million people out there that have the ability to no code anything right now, but that doesn't mean that it's a usable app that you're developing. That's the biggest challenge, honestly, is finding something that people need and being able to make money off that. I mean, I can get off this call right now and make a no code app works, but do people need it is the question mark.
Yeah, indeed. So, for both of your businesses, what is the strategy in terms of marketing? Because marketing is always an essential part of any business. So, how you are running this? You are more relying on the word of mouth, or you are doing some digital marketing. So, yeah, what you're doing in this term?
The marketing atmosphere has changed significantly. Facebook, any sort of click marketing is different now. I mean, it used to be you could get leads for pennies on the dollar now, forget it. It's not like that anymore. And I challenge you to prove me wrong, because we've been out there, we spent a lot of money, and it doesn't work. Our marketing strategy right now is content, lots of content, use case studies are great, but building a community of people around an idea, so through content. And that's just not in what we do. It's building a community of people through educating them about the different artists that are out there. It could be just funny memes. It could be educational content that we've posted. It's through our newsletter. It's through email. And all of our social campaigns together kind of work like that way. And through that, it's through these rented platforms, we're bringing them into our ecosphere and then nurturing them. I'm finding more success like that than just kind of like click people that just come in and do nothing. They just, it looks great. Like they click to your website and you got a conversion, and then they sign up for a trial and they never show up. That was like every single person that happened, because there's so many options out there for them. They don't really understand what it is that they're clicking to. So I'm finding that content is, smart content. I'm not saying just any content. Smart, crafted content aimed towards your ideal user will be in your ecosphere, and you just keep pumping out that information to them. And over time, after the 50 times that they've seen your stuff, they will start entering your ecosphere and be able to start becoming a part of what you do.
Makes sense. In fact, the ads are more effective, I believe, for sort of e-commerce businesses and many other businesses as well. But I will not argue in this case that this is not much beneficial for some type of the businesses. Yeah, I agree. There are some pros and cons for sure. Yeah. Okay. So, in terms of like when we are talking about the marketing, and the next thing is conversion that we were just talking about. So in terms of conversion, what is your way of acquiring a client? I'm not saying like a client who is coming from a campaign or from social media. I can understand content is the main thing. If your content is good, your conversion must be very, very good. But on the other hand, like there's a possibility that I'm sitting in front of you right now and I can give you a client straight away. So what is your process of acquiring a client?
Well, for the Real Brave stuff that we do, like the online thing, we have a free consultation so that they sign up for, and we show them the features, we get them going, we give them a free lesson, a free appointment basically, and give them all the features and benefits that they would see. If they choose not to take us up on signing up in our subscription service, then we put them into a nurture campaign where they're just receiving updates about what we do, case testimonials, case studies, and offers. Maybe they come back again, which happens, where they'll take another free lesson, try it, kick the tires. So outside of the people that are just consuming content, our conversion process is to get them into a consultation where we're talking like this, like, because we're real people, over our system, and showing them the transformation. We have a 6-tiered process that we would bring them through, get them fast progress quick, and show them the curriculum, give them some quick wins, and they're a customer for life. A lot of them stay for a few years.
All right. So everybody cannot be your client. Like you are also interviewing your client, rather if they are eligible for it or not. All right. So in terms of your sweet spot for both of the businesses, who is the right audience for you?
It's consistently changing. I don't know who out there is in the marketing field, B2C, but it's constantly changing. For us, we're looking for anyone 18 to 65 who is looking to learn an instrument, specifically parents that are interested for their kids, but that doesn't really happen, more or less. We really target the homeschooling community, because those folks are looking for different activities than maybe someone who's in the Northeast who has like a traditional model set up. And then also we're looking for male guitar players who are, my age and older, who are looking to learn. That's a pretty good market for us as well.
Awesome. So, in terms of success, how you measure your success other than the numbers of revenue? Because that's easy to just measure it with the number of revenue. Yeah, what you are looking for other than the revenue.
Yeah, we found that over the past few years, there was significant retention issues. So we had to fix that. We were finding that people were staying just a couple of months. And we fixed our process to give them a smaller amount of people, charge them more money to be able to provide a better experience. So we look at retention numbers. We look at the ability for us to get them to perform. That's another thing. If they're performing, then we know that we're doing our job. We look at if they're completing the work that's in there, so we're able to track that. So it's not really about the revenue; it's about the service that we're providing to the person, and us being able to track that and look at the progress that they're making, and continue to innovate so that they can have a better experience.
Yeah, that's great. I believe these are the really good parameters to measure the success. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, then what would be your, can say, biggest piece of advice for the other entrepreneurs who are struggling and or maybe they are just going to be their own boss?
Run. No, I'm kidding. I would say do it, but make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into, because you've got several different ways of being an entrepreneur. You could be a solopreneur, which is very popular right now. You can do everything yourself. I'm more in the game of looking at solopreneurs from this point of view, which is, do you really want to be making pizza 12 hours a day? I love pizza. I can eat pizza a couple times a week, but I don't want to make pizza 12 to 15 hours a day. So I like to delegate. And so I have a team of about 60 people around me that I've hired throughout the years, and I focus on the things that I love. So if you're going to go into entrepreneurship, in the beginning, you will be making pizza 12 to 15 hours a day. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. But at a certain point, you have to decide, is this scalable? Because I'm making a little bit of money. And if so, who can I delegate things to? Once you start doing that, you're going to find that you're not going to hit the walls anymore. You're not going to get burnt out, and you're going to be able to grow significantly. If you are an entrepreneur that's looking to scale, you have to be able to develop systems. And that's what I teach in my personal brand. Develop systems. And I couldn't have multiple locations, a software company, a nonprofit, and a personal brand if I didn't delegate everything to people. Yes, I still work. I choose to work long hours because I enjoy what I do. But if you can't delegate anything and you don't know how to do that, you're going to have serious problems. So delegate.
Great, great. I believe that's pretty difficult, but that's a beautiful advice. Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Daniel. And at the end, would you please let our viewers know how they can reach you? You can share your website, social media handles, or whatever you want
Yeah,
to share.
sure. You can follow me at Daniel Powers Jr. on X. You can follow me, Dan Powers, on LinkedIn. You can also go to danielpowersjr.com if you're interested in any of the things that I offer to help the business grow. And if you've got that musical itch, go to realbraveaudio.com. That's REAL braveaudio.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Daniel. It was really pleasure to meet you today, and we will stay in touch. Thank you.
All right. Be well.
Bye-bye.
Bye.